Welcome to It's Happening in Grand Prairie. I'm Georgia Clemson, and you're going to love our first guest. He has a gun and a badge, and it's our Chief Deputy, Ronnie Morris. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So glad you're here, and we're going to learn something that is very near and dear to your heart.
Yes.
Today, we're going to talk about the Citizens on Patrol. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, tell us sort of how did the program get started?
Well, the Citizens on Patrol program in Grand Prairie was started back in 2011, and it was an opportunity for us to expand our community policing philosophy and put that into action with some volunteers from the city. So we took a few, 2 or 3 decommissioned police cars, restriped them, put Citizens on Patrol on the side of them so they look just like regular police cars, and we had a retired police officer who wanted to volunteer for us from Grand Prairie, and he helped us to get the first 10 Citizens on Patrol trained, and we put them out on the street after a training program, and they patrolled neighborhoods and the businesses of the city, and they act as extra eyes and ears for the police department, and they observe and report things, any suspicious activity or criminal activity they may see, they report it back to the police department.
And they're very valuable to Grand Prairie and to the department, aren't they?
They absolutely are. As a matter of fact, they've become a part of our daily operations. They're so embedded with the police department, they're more of an extra professional unit within the police department as opposed to just a volunteer group. But the police officers have grown to depend on them, and the job that they do and the tasks that they perform really help to make the officers on the streets job they're able to do their job more efficiently, because when the COPs are on the street, if an officer is having to wait on a wrecker to tow a car, the COPs will come wait on that wrecker for him and allow that officer to get back on the street and actually answer calls in their beat. So they've become invaluable to our police department, and they're such a great group of people as well that we couldn't have asked for a better program.
And how do you become a patrol person like that? How could I do that if I wanted to be that?
Well, appreciate you asking that. To become part of the Citizens on Patrol program, every member goes through our Citizens Police Academy. What the Citizens Police Academy is an opportunity for the citizens of the city to be able to have a more in-depth look at what the police department does, and have a more develop an interpersonal relationship with the officers in the department. It's also very fun. You get to, as we were discussing earlier, you get to drive the police cars on a track, and you get to go to our gun range and shoot. And it not only is it very fun, but it's very educational for the citizens in the city to be able to come and see what their police department is doing. And it has been a very, very exciting program for us, and we're just excited about it growing even more. But that is the training ground for our Citizens on Patrol. And once you graduate the Citizens Police Academy and you want to be a citizen on patrol, you apply, you go through an in-depth background process, an interview process, and then you go through a training program with the field training officers in the Citizens on Patrol program. And the training is excellent training for the COPs. They learn how to safely operate the vehicle, what to look for, how to report, things such as that.
And do they drive a different car than the regular police officers?
They actually drive basically retired police cars.
Retired, yes.
So those cars that they're driving were actual police cars on the street that officers drove, and have now reached a point where they've been retired from the fleet, and they get the new striping job that says Citizens on Patrol on the side, and so they're pretty excited about that, to get to drive real police cars.
That is exciting, and I know they are invaluable to you all and to the city. Tell me about the awards. I know they're outstanding.
Absolutely. For the years of 2013, 2014, and 2015, the Grand Prairie Citizens on Patrol program has won the best Citizens on Patrol program in the state of Texas for large agencies.
Oh, that's amazing.
It is absolutely fantastic. We are so proud of the work that they've been doing, and it's only going to get better. The program is growing, and it's just going to be fantastic. In addition to the 3 years in a row being the best COP program in the state, we've also, for the last 2 years in a row, won Best COP Vehicle at the state convention. So we're very proud of the professionalism of the group, and that includes the professional-looking vehicles that they drive.
And you had a convention as well, didn't you, this year?
Absolutely. The state convention was in LaGrange this year, and the good thing is that we've been selected as the host city for the 2016 COP state convention. So we are very excited about that. We're going to roll out the red carpet for COPs, agencies across the state of Texas, and we're going to show them a good time in Grand Prairie.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what month will that probably happen?
That will be in June.
In June.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we have that to look forward to. That's excellent. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you came to Grand Prairie and evolved into being the deputy chief?
Well, I tell you, what brought me to Grand Prairie was I was working for another police agency here in the area, and an officer that I was working with has a brother that worked for the police department, and he was talking about how much he liked it over here. So I was looking to move to a larger agency that had more opportunities. So I came and rode out with him, and from the first second I sat down in the car, I absolutely loved it, and I said, this is a place I have to work. So I applied, and I became a Grand Prairie police officer. It was one of the proudest days of my life. And just in 2008, I promoted to sergeant after I was a field training officer. I was on SWAT. I was a detective, and I promoted to sergeant out of the detective bureau. And then in 2012, I promoted to lieutenant, and I worked in the community services division and in patrol. And the chief created some deputy chief positions because he wanted to. We were a little behind on the command rank, the amount of command rank positions that we needed to have. So he was able to, through the council, be able to get those positions approved. And as soon as I was eligible to attempt, I did, and I was promoted to deputy chief back in February of this year.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We're so blessed to have you in Grand Prairie. And tell us just briefly about your precious family. I saw them when you were promoted.
Yes, I have a wife and two beautiful daughters, Mary Claire and Lydia. And they, when things get stressful here, that's who I always look to. They're everything to me, and it's great to have them up here, and they get to meet you and everybody else, and they just absolutely love it.
And it's so wonderful to have a supportive family, and I know that is absolutely necessary in your profession.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, we are just delighted to have you today, and thank you for bringing us this outstanding program. And may God bless you and keep you safe.
God bless you too.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
You fill up my senses like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses. Come fill me again.
Welcome back. And welcome to our next guest, Mr. Bill Moser from the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you for having me again, Georgia. It's always a pleasure to be here to tell the city about what's going on with the chamber.
Great. Yes, I know you've been on vacation, but now we're on task.
That's right.
Getting back to the chamber, so tell us what's happening.
Okay, well, before we get started with that, we always like to mention our sustaining members because as the name denotes, they sustain our chamber, and these are businesses that we want everybody to try to, well, maybe not use it like the hospitals, but if you can, utilize their services and try to visit these businesses if you can, because they are the ones that sustain our chamber.
Especially the bank, right?
Especially Grand Bank of Texas, my favorite sustaining member.
Okay.
So we've got at the Emerald level, Hong Kong Marketplace, Asia Times Square, which every time I go out there, it gets bigger and bigger with more stuff to see and more places to go. A lot of good food places out there. At the platinum level, we have Airbus helicopters. So if you're in the market for a helicopter,
There you go.
you need to buy one. I read someplace just recently that they're the #1 supplier of military and police helicopters in the United States now.
Wow.
So and they're right here, based right here in Grand Prairie.
Yes.
So Airbus helicopters, classic Chevrolet, the Thompson Group in Grapevine. They're big supporters, and our current chairman works for them. And then, as you mentioned, Grand Bank of Texas. At the gold level, we have the ER at Grand Prairie, JMH Printing, Medical Center of Arlington, Neighborhood Credit Union, and Encore Electric Delivery. At the silver level, we have Fast Signs at Highway 67 and a new one this year, Traders Village. If you haven't been out there in a while, it's still going strong, and there's all kinds of bargains out at Traders Village. At the bronze level, we have 2 NetLink services, Baylor Medical Center at Irving, Bean Massey Burge Funeral Homes, the City of Grand Prairie, Funeria del Ain. It's the Hispanic version of Bean Massey Burge Funeral Home
Right.
over on Dalworth. We've got Grand Prairie Ford, Lockheed Martin, Fire and Missile Control, Sam's Club, Texas General Hospital, Texas Health Arlington Memorial Hospital, Titan Contractors, Verizon Theater at Grand Prairie, Victor's Event Room at the historic Anderson Building, Walmart Grand Prairie, and of course, Uncle Bob's Self-Storage.
Yes,
So
and
those
the
are our
list,
sustaining members.
list is growing. That's great.
And that's a good thing. Yes, it is.
Now, what else as far as activities?
Okay, for the month of August, we have our monthly Coffee Cup Connection, which is always the second Friday of every month. This month in August, it's on the 14th. It starts at 7:45. It's at the Chamber office. All it costs to participate is $1 plus a business card. And the speaker for this session is going to be Beth Killock, and she's going to be speaking about lead generation. There's also usually a little interaction. Everybody talks about their business, and so there's some networking. Plus, there's always coffee and snacks, hence the name Coffee Cup Connection.
Yes.
Our luncheon leads are at Mixed Up Burgers at the Grand Prairie Airport, which is at 3116 Great Southwest Parkway. They happen on the third Tuesday of the month. This month it's the 18th. And it costs $10, which includes your lunch and a tip. You have to order by 10 a.m. The day of. And you can do that with Alex at the Chamber. And if you want to get in touch with anybody at the Chamber, the telephone number at the Chamber is 972-264-1558. And all the Chamber members or Chamber staff have the same address. It's just their first name at grandprairiechamber.org. So you can RSVP with Alex and put in your lunch order. The speaker this month is going to be someone from the Medical Center of Arlington, and they're going to be talking about cardiac health. So you can come and ask all your heart-related questions.
Great.
And speaking of hearts, the monthly luncheon, which is the third Tuesday of the month, the speaker is going to be Tom Hart.
Yes. Very
No
good.
relation to the other speaker on general cardiac care, but he is our city manager, and he'll be speaking on the third Wednesday of the month. The third Wednesday of the month, and which I believe is August the 19th. It's at 11:30 and goes to 1. It's at the Ruthie Jackson Center every month. The cost is $15, and you have to RSVP to Alex by August the 14th. And you can call her at that number or email her. And like I said, the speaker is going to be Tom Hart. He's going to be talking about state of the city
Right.
business, and that kind of stuff, and
It's-
possibly doing business with the city of
It's
Grand Prairie.
always informative, and Mr. Hart has lots of good information.
And he usually has some pretty cool, funny slides, too,
Yes.
to put with his talk.
That's good.
Yeah, so Mr. Hart's going to be there for the monthly luncheon. Our business after hours this month is also going to be kind of cool. It's at Ripley's, believe it or not, at 601 Palace Parkway. And it starts at 5 and goes to 7. It's a casual networking event. It's free to all members, and there's usually snacks provided and beverages. And if it holds true to form, you get to go through part of the Palace of Wax, too, so that's always fun. Get your picture taken with David Letterman or Michael Jackson or somebody, Britney
Right.
Spears or somebody.
That's a bonus.
There you go, a bonus. Our monthly Hispanic networking meeting is the 25th, the fourth Tuesday. It's at 2 p.m. It's always held at the Pioneer Event Center, which is the old Golden Corral on Robinson and Pioneer. Snacks are provided by North Texas Elite Catering, and the speaker this month is going to be Kyle Gibson. He's a Tarrant County Criminal District Attorney, and he's going to be talking about computer crimes. So that's something that's pretty much useful to anybody.
Right.
It's also a networking event, and even though it's called the Hispanic networking event, everybody's welcome, and there's no charge for it, and it does provide some good networking. The two things that I really wanted to emphasize, though, about August are we finally got the date when they're going to have the lake to a point where we can have our second annual dragon boat races. And that's going to be Saturday, August the 29th, and it's going to be at Lloyd Park at Joe Pool, same place we had it last year, same location and all that. The last couple of times I was here, I talked about the ways that you can participate, and you can join a team, you can be a sponsor, you can be a booth vendor, or you can volunteer. There's 20 paddlers on a team, so if you wanted to have a team, all the equipment is supplied, the life vests, the paddles, and the person that steers the boat and is also kind of the coach is provided, so you don't have to have really any expertise. As a matter of fact, if you want to get a team together and practice on August the 15th, there's a practice day, and the city and the chamber have a boat that we own now, we purchased, so people can go practice in it, and that's going to be on the 15th of August between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. also at Lloyd Park, and you can come out and practice and learn how to do it and all that. If you want to see more about it, there's a specific website for the Dragon Boat races, and it's at gpdragonboats.com. So it's the word dragon and then boats, plural.com. Or you can contact Alex at the chamber and she can put you in charge. But it has its own website in addition to the Grand Prairie Chamber website, which probably has a link to it, I guess. Mm-hmm. So and that has all the details on how much it costs and everything else. But it's really a cool event, and this is our second year. And from what I understand in talking to Lynn, we've probably got, I think we have over 20 teams signed up this year, which is more than double what we had last year.
That's great. And are spectators welcome?
Oh yeah, spectators are more than welcome.
Oh, good.
I think last year we had close to 2,000 people out there, maybe more if you count the people who are paddling. And there's there's food booths, there's beverage booths, I don't remember if there's craft booths and things like that. I don't think there were last year, but there's booth space available. That's one way you can participate if you want to. And if you're a restaurant and you want to get your product out there, you can get a booth and be involved that way. Plus you get to see the boat races, and it's really a lot of fun. I did it last year with one of the Camp Gladiator teams, and I didn't have any experience, but it was a lot of fun, and we ended up coming in third. Yeah. So, and nobody on the boat had any experience other than the guy driving it. Actually, it was a gal driving it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she was the driver.
Yeah. And I think the police department, I saw you had them on earlier, the police department, I think, came in second. They edged us out. We had a better first time, but they had a better second time, and when you added them together, they edged us out for second place.
But it will be a great event.
It is, and it's a great event for Grand Prairie because it's a growing sport, and there's a lot of interest in it. And we had teams in all the way from Austin and Houston and San Antonio last year.
We need to wrap it up, Bill.
Okay. Well, the only two other things I wanted to mention was the Taste of Grand Prairie,
yes,
which is coming up in September on the 24th at Airhog Stadium. It's always a big event. There's all kinds of other stuff available. I can mention more of that next time,
yes,
about booths and things like that. And we're also in the process of selling directory ads for next year's chamber directory. So if anybody wants to do that, they need to get a hold of Greg Cashman at the chamber. Same deal, phone number and all that. So don't forget the Dragon Boat races, the Dragon Rope practice, and the Taste of Grand Prairie. Dragon Boats in August, Taste of Grand Prairie is in September.
Thank you, Bill.
Yes, ma'am.
So much good information. And we'll be right back.
Wow. College already.
Yeah. We gotta go.
I love you.
I love you too, Daddy.
You're the one who saw me
and thanked for everything.
Gratitude. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back, and welcome to our next guest, Libby Clausen from the Grand Prairie Arts Council. Welcome, Libby.
Thank you so much, Georgia. So glad to be here.
Great to have you back.
We have some exciting stuff to tell the community about.
Good.
We have had such a fun summer. The month of July is our Summer in the Arts program for those who have finished first grade through age 15. We've had 130 kids in the program this summer. We started off with a week of art. We had 47 kids in that. Then we had our small summer musical camp. We had 30 kids in that. And we're finishing up this week with our 2-week summer musical camp of Shrek Jr. And we have 52 actors and actresses in that one.
Wow, this has been a Shrek summer for Grand Prairie.
It has been. It absolutely has been, yeah. And we have a great staff. We have about 10 staff members. We've moved into the Uptown with our Shrek Jr. They're rehearsing over there now, and we want everyone to know the show is going to be this coming weekend, which is July 31st at 7 o'clock. And then August the 1st, Saturday, we have 2 shows, 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Because last year we completely sold out 2 shows and we had a lot of mad people that we couldn't get in.
Oh, yes.
So we have added a show. So we want folks to just pack the theater for all 3 shows. This is a really great production. We're able to reuse our professional sets from Shrek the Musical, which is part of the reason we went ahead and did Shrek Jr. We, of course, will have beautiful costuming that Eric Kreiner will put together for us from Costumes by Dusty. And Eric Kreiner is also our director. We have a choreographer, we have a choral director working with the kids. You're just not going to believe this show, the 52 kids. It's just going to be a fantastic show. And the best part is the tickets are only $5 each.
That's a bargain.
You cannot beat that. And they're general admission, and it usually sells out at the door. So folks can go ahead and go online to our website, artsgp.org, and you can purchase your tickets there. There's no extra fees, and you can print them off right there, or we'll hold them at the box office for you. Or if you'd like, you can come to the box office 1 hour before each show and purchase your tickets there for just $5 each. Now that's the ticket. Everyone needs to have a ticket, even the children. It's just $5 each for everybody.
And it's such a great experience to let the kids see a live show.
It absolutely
and be in
is
a live show. Not only that, but to bring your grandkids or something to enjoy that.
Absolutely. It's a great way for the kids to get introduced to theater, whether they're participating or whether you bring them for the first time and let them actually sit through a live theater production and that experience of being part of a show that's on stage. And it's right here at the Uptown Theater in town. So you can't beat that. And it's so hot outside right now. What better thing to do than come down to the Uptown and enjoy the air conditioning and a fantastic show. And it is a full show. It's a full hour-and-a-half show with an intermission, so you really get your money's worth with this one.
That's good. And 3 opportunities to see it.
Yes, Friday and then 2 shows on Saturday.
Perfect.
Very excited about that. Then we also want to remind folks our Juried Art Show is just right around the corner. It's in September, and we are having it at the Uptown this year, and it's going to be there for 3 weeks in conjunction with our fall show, Young Frankenstein. It'll be up for folks to see. You still have time to enter. You don't have to be a professional artist. You just have to be 18 or up. If you'll go on our website, artsgp.org, all of the information is there. And we just need to have your registration and a picture of your work by August the 18th. So still plenty of time for folks to enter the show. And like I say, if you've never entered a show before and you're an artist out there working, submit your work. It's a really great show. We usually have 45 or 50 artists from throughout North Texas. And it's a really good opportunity. We give out $3,000 worth of prizes. So the prize money is really worth your time to enter a picture.
Yes, what a great opportunity.
And it's any medium. It's all the different mediums. You can enter anything you have, and we will find a category to put your work in.
And it will be on display how long?
It's going to be at the Uptown. It opens on September 19th, and it actually runs through October 12th.
Oh, that's great.
We were able to secure the lobby longer through the run of our show. So it'll be downtown for almost a month for folks to come and see. And you can come and see it whenever the theater is open. If there's an event going on or if the staff is there, you're welcome to come in and see the show during that time. And we always have a great opening reception. that the public is invited to, and that'll be on September 19th this year.
And the awards at that time as
yes,
well?
awards and a great reception.
Good.
Yes, we always have a big crowd for that.
Sounds great.
And then if you're not a visual artist, but you'd like to be in one of our shows, you have the opportunity to audition for our fall production of Young Frankenstein, which is from the Mel Brooks movie that everybody knows. It's more of our adult show, our fall production. If you've never been in a show before, if you're a seasoned actor or actress, this is your opportunity to audition. The auditions are August the 13th and August the 15th, and that information is also at our website on the audition page. We're doing it a little different this year. The director is taking appointments, so it'll tell you on the website. It gives you her email address so that you get an audition appointment. But we want to be sure if you're never been on stage before and you'd like to take the opportunity, we invite you to come out. The Arts Council, part of what we want to do is invite everyone to be part of the arts, not just watch the arts, look at the arts, but become and participate if that's what you'd like to do. So we love to give people that opportunity. And we also bring in lots of regional actors into town. You can work with some really seasoned professionals, especially in this fall show. We get a lot of really seasoned actors. So it's a really good opportunity for the community to come out and audition for one of our shows.
And it's so much fun to see the seasoned actors as well as your neighbor, perhaps.
Absolutely, yes.
So that's exciting.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So be sure, we don't want folks to miss the end of our Summer in the Arts program, which culminates with Shrek Jr., July 31st and August 1st. And be sure and go online and get your tickets, or just come down 1 hour before the show and buy them at the box office.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for being with us, Libby.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us today. I'm Georgia Clemson, reminding you that it's happening in Grand Prairie.